are going to Boston. Yay. Boston. Yay. Too damn early. Some of us decided to take a flight at 6 a.m. Let's head to the airport. It's 4 a.m. right now. I finally got to Boston. It is 9 a.m. right now. I slept through the whole flight. It was absolutely draining and exhausting. I literally woke up at 3 a.m. like 2:50 to go to the airport, and then whatever. I'll catch up with you guys later when I get home. I'm waiting for Roberto to pick me up. I'm in a meeting right now because it's 9 a.m. Time to go to work. So I'm in a meeting right now. I'll catch up with you guys when I get home and when I get to his. But I need coffee. That's all I can think about right now. Sam.
Are you hungry?
I'm so happy to have you.
Una modalidad de negocio que
We've had this conversation. Have we? Entonces, ¿con qué lo vas a hacer?
Nada.
No, échale jamón. Échale jamón. Sí, está bien. No, está bien. I think that's fine.
Oh
That I
my
love.
god. Such a huge sacrifice.
Honestly, yeah.
Sacrifice for you.
Uy,
No adoptar ahí.
esa es una tienda de gatos para adoptar.
You know that you hated cats.
Okay, you guys, I'm on my way to Babson right now because Roberto has a class and then I have to finish doing some work. But last time that I came to Boston, there's these chocolate covered strawberries, but like the Dubai chocolate that's like trending on TikTok, and then it's strawberries but covered with like the Dubai chocolate. And I went to the nut factory to go get them, but it was too late and they had already ran out of stock, so I didn't get to eat my strawberries. And I told Roberto, I was like, can we please stop by on our way to your class? And I got them. I finally got them. I'm so freaking happy. There was nobody at the store and they look so good. Like they're covered in the pistachio and the chocolate and the little like flakes that I don't know what they're called, but anyways, obviously today's Thursday, so you guys saw at the airport I had a meeting right as I landed. Then I had like 2 meetings after that, a bunch of things. Not about this. And a lot of work. But now we have class and we got some chocolate strawberries. Getting ready. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go to dinner first with a few friends, and then we're gonna go out to like a club, I think. Ignore my hair. I'm trying out this like heatless volume thing. Oh my god, Roberto, ¿qué haces? I don't know what he's doing and why he's making so much noise, but anyways, we're gonna go out. This is the outfit. I'll show you guys later. This top, I can't remember where it's from. I think it's from ASOS, maybe. Jeans. Honestly, I have no idea, but point is, we're gonna head out with some friends, dinner, then club later. It was a friend's birthday a few days ago, so we're gonna finish like celebrating her. Roberto! ¿Por qué estás haciendo tanto ruido? Why is he making so much noise? Why do boys make so much noise? Anyways, I just wanted to catch up, let you guys know what we're gonna be up to tonight, and then I don't think we're gonna be back too late because I do have to work tomorrow. I have a few meetings in the morning that are very important and I cannot obviously miss, but I still wanted to go celebrate my friend and her birthday that passed, see other friends, and go out and have a good time. I feel like I never really go out in Miami or like party in Miami, but being back in Boston feels like I'm back in college. So it's like reminiscing the good old college days. But I don't know. We're gonna go out now. Pero es que en este momento... Hi you guys, it's the next day. Today is Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. I'm like kind of lost. I didn't really film much today because honestly I had a bunch of meetings. It was just a work day and we stayed at the apartment all day. Like I said, working. I finished working out like 4-ish, and then Roberto and I just watched How I Met Your Mother, and now we're on our way to dinner with some friends. We're gonna go to Matsunori, which is one of my favorite restaurants in Boston. It's sushi, and we're gonna go with his roommate and his girlfriend, so it's like a double date night. We're all friends, and I haven't seen Henry's girlfriend, who's a really close friend of mine, so I'm really excited to see her. hang out with them. But we are having an early dinner. It's like 6:30 right now because we're gonna go skiing tomorrow. And we need to wake up super early for that. And last night, dude, I have not slept. Like, I slept 3 hours or like 4 hours before getting to Boston. Last night we went out, so we ended up getting back at like 3 and then ate McDonald's until like 4 a.m. We ended up going to bed at 4. And this morning I had meetings at 10. So I woke up at 9, had meetings all morning. I was like so dead and like in meetings, and I had to talk so much. I'm running on one last brain cell, but that's why we want to go to bed early to get a good night sleep and rest, and then wake up super early tomorrow to go skiing, which is obviously very draining. So tomorrow night we're not going to do absolutely anything. I think we're going to do like homemade pizzas or something like that, but you guys will see that tomorrow once we decide better. But I just wanted to catch up, let you guys know what we've been up to, what happened today, which was nothing. I went to Tate, which I did film. Tate's, you guys know this, like my favorite coffee shop here in Boston, which makes me so sad that they don't have it in Miami. Like, don't get me wrong, Joe and the Juice and Pura Vida in Miami are amazing, but there's something about Tate. Like, there's certain sandwiches there that are so good, and just the whole vibe, the whole aesthetic of it, I absolutely love it. And there's one Tate like right down Roberto's building, so I headed there really quickly. We ate that. No hemos comido nada más. That is the only thing that we ate today, and that was like lunch, because like I said, woke up, showered, and then meetings all morning, so that was like lunch. So I am kind of hungry, but I'm really excited for sushi. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update. I was in pajamas all day and now got ready really quickly. I said I was not going to do too much makeup, which is what I always say, like every single not every single time. There's obviously nights where I want to do like a whole glam shebang, but a lot of times I will say, and I find myself doing this a lot on like TikTok when I film things, I'm like, I'm gonna do like a no makeup look, like very chill, and by the end of it, it's a full glam. And I don't even know why, because I skip foundation thinking that if I skip foundation it's not gonna look like a full glam, but then I add a bunch of concealer, and I do love a full coverage. These concealers are fire though. If you put like, I'm not wearing any foundation and it, señor, ¿qué pasó? Oh. Sorry. But these concealers are so pigmented, so good. And I combined two. I combined the Kosas one, which is one of my favorite concealers, and then I combined it with the Makeup by Mario concealer, just because the Kosas one is too light and the Makeup by Mario, well, the Makeup by Mario one is too dark, so it makes like the perfect shade. But they're both super pigmented, and then I added a bunch. Whatever, point is, I have a full glam now, even though I said I was gonna do no makeup look. I do that a lot, but you know, your girl likes doing makeup, so it's fine. Tomorrow I am gonna try to do a no makeup look to go skiing. But yeah, we're a few minutes away from the restaurant, so I'll see you guys there. Siempre dice.
Dicen los judges eso. Me incomoda, ¿qué pasa? Really not saying that. Te dije eso en la mañana. Una November goes.
We just got back from dinner. It was so good. I am so stuffed, so full, but we had such a good time. It was great seeing friends. I just wanted to show you guys the outfit that I was wearing today. This sweater is from Zadig & Voltaire. Hello. And then these are the jeans that I was wearing last night. So this is the outfit. If you're ever in Boston, please make sure to check out Matsunori and to go there. They don't do reservations, so always keep in mind that there's like a 30-minute wait. Maybe it's like an hour wait, but it's definitely worth it. We had to wait like 40-ish minutes to get the seat, because it's a very small restaurant, a very small place. And then we dropped off our friends over, and we stopped at a convenience store really quickly because I needed to buy a makeup removing wipe. So I didn't find makeup removing wipes. I bought like a makeup remover. So I'm gonna take my makeup off, do my skincare, get in pajamas, get super comfy, and we're gonna watch How I Met Your Mother for a little bit before going to bed. I also got some snacks. Obviously, I got chips and blueberry Pop-Tarts, because blueberry Pop-Tarts are the best. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more before going to bed. And I'm so excited that we're gonna go skiing tomorrow. We have to wake up at 6 to head out around 7, and it's a 2-hour drive, so we should be getting there by 9. And by the time we get there, we rent the skis, we buy the ski passes, everything. Our goal is to be skiing and on the mountain at 10 a.m. So that's the plan for tomorrow morning. I'll probably talk to you guys once we're on our way there, but I'm so excited. I'm like really looking forward to it, to go skiing again, because you guys know how much I love skiing, but also to go skiing with Roberto, the two of us, like a little getaway vacation. I'm really excited for that. So I'll talk to you guys in the morning. It's 7 a.m. We stopped by a Tate really quickly to grab some breakfast and coffee, obviously. I think the car ride is like an hour and a half. I don't know if I already told you guys that or not, but anyways, good morning. We'll be on our way soon to New Hampshire. We just stopped at a gas station. Roberto went to the bathroom really quickly, and we also need to put water in like the windshield to be cleaning it consistently because it's snowing a lot. It's so beautiful outside. Everything is so snowed in, which I'm really excited about because that means there's going to be a lot of powder on the mountain. I'm just doing my makeup really quickly in the car. This time I did actually go for like a chill, no makeup look, which I'm happy about. That's honestly Roberto's like favorite. Like, he knows that I love doing a full face, but he likes more like a natural no makeup look. But we kind of woke up late this morning, so I just brought everything with me to do it in the car. We also stopped to get some gas, and I got some road trip snacks. What are you guys' road trip snacks? I got some sun chips. I got pretzels covered in like the Hershey's pretzels. I got Roberto some like mixed nuts because he's weird like that and he likes nuts. I don't know. He thinks that's a snack. That's not a snack. That's like healthy, freaky something. Like, snacks is like chips and candy and chocolate. That's not a snack. We obviously got some Celsius, and I got myself a Red Bull to give us a lot of energy. It's 9:43 right now. We're still far away. Honestly, I feel like the time has been increasing. We're also driving really, really slow because of all of the snow. We've seen 2 cars off the road, like in ditches with like cops because they like fell off the road. So after we saw those cars, we were like, we're gonna go super slow. Like, it doesn't matter if we get there in 3 hours, but we'll drive really, really slow, obviously. So we're still 42 minutes away, which is not bad. We're almost there. We get there at like 10:20, and then I think it'll take us like, I don't know, half an hour-ish to go rent our boots and our skis. So I think we should be on the mountain skiing at 11, which is honestly not bad. And since we already ate, we got some oatmeal for breakfast and some buttermilk biscuits, I think. Since we already had breakfast, it's fine. We can have lunch at like 2 or something and get a few hours of skiing in. I'm so excited. We're so excited, and I do love a good road trip. So it's really awesome that we're on this trip. I'm really, really happy right now. And just the snow, everything. But I just wanted to update you guys a little bit on our road trip, and I will see you guys when we get there. Yeah. Okay. Hi you guys, it's the next day. So last night we ended up arriving at like 7:30-ish from New Hampshire, and honestly we were really tired. Some of Roberto's friends asked us to like hang out, maybe go to a bar, something like that, but we were exhausted. He drove 4 hours in total plus skiing, everything. We woke up super early, so we just decided to stay in. We watched some movies, we ordered some Chipotle and some crumble cookies. I didn't film any of that because it was just like our last night together, and I really wanted to just be with him, watch the movies, eat our Uber Eats. It was honestly a perfect night. Like I love hanging out and doing a bunch of plans and things like that, but it's also my favorite to just stay in and not do anything, especially with him. So last night was great, and we had a whole just perfect day yesterday with skiing and everything. It was negative 17 degrees Celsius on the mountain. I don't know Fahrenheit, so you do that conversion, but that's cold. You know, it was freezing. My lips, when I was talking, were not moving at the speed of what I was saying. Like it was like in slow-mo because my face was just so frozen. It was so cold, but we had a great time skiing. It was a lot of fun, and the drive back was beautiful with the sunset, the mountains, the snow. We did like some karaoke and sang in the car. We sang like old pop 2012 songs. It was such a good car ride back. And now it's the next day. Today's Sunday. I'm leaving today. It's 12:21 right now. He just left to go get the car. My bags are all packed and everything, but we're gonna go grab some bagels really quickly. There's a place in New York called Pop-Up Bagel, and they just opened one here in Boston, and I've been dying to try it. I love bagels. They're like my favorite thing in the entire world. So I can't remember if they're in South End or Seaport, either one of those, but we're gonna run over really quickly, get some bagels, have something to eat, and then he'll drop me off at the airport because my flight is at 3:59. So basically 4, but since I'm checking in a bag and everything, I need to get there at like 2:30-ish. So that's in like 2 hours basically. And that's it. And then I have to say goodbye, which is obviously the worst part of seeing him. And when we do our like long distance visits, which is something that we're going to talk about this week, the advice segment is about long distance relationships, which suck, but you can manage it. I'm just giving you guys my best advice for them, but it came to an end. So I have to go back. I have to say goodbye, which obviously it's never easy. It's like a mini heartbreak every single time you go to the airport to say goodbye. But right now I'm just uploading all of the clips from this weekend so I can edit them on the plane and get a good like head start on editing and uploading this week's vlog for you guys, because I get home at like 7-ish. So my plan is to have as much of the episode edited and uploaded so I can just really finish up like all of the last touches when I get home and do a bunch of skincare when I get back home, because honestly, I've been really bad at doing my skincare. I think I fell asleep with like my makeup on last night, which I never do. So my skin feels like it's about to fall off my face. So I'm gonna do a bunch of skincare when I get home, edit this, and then mentally prepare myself to just, you know, get back into work tomorrow, back into my routine and my life in Miami. It's always a good little like escape to come to Boston, sort of like reminisce on my college days, see friends, feel young and like in college again. I told you guys this last week. Sometimes I have like midlife crisis of feeling old, which I'm not, but working and everything, coming back to Boston, coming back to where I went to college. Since I graduated early, all of my friends from college are still here. So going out with them, doing fun things with everybody really makes me feel like I'm back in college and like I'm still young and everything. So it's absolutely my favorite thing, but it's not reality. So I have to go back to Miami, to routine, to work, to everything. So I put my flight a little bit earlier so I can do a Sunday reset when I get back. And yeah, so right now I'm uploading these clips. They're all done. It's an hour-long vlog right now. You guys asked for longer vlogs. I need to like obviously chop it down and edit it and everything, but it's a great vlog overall. And also watch my TV show on the plane because it's really good. Right now I'm watching Virgin River. If you've not watched it, I highly recommend. It's such a good TV show, and it's not like crazy drama. It's like good, realistic drama. You know, it's not like Vampire Diaries, like supernatural drama, or Gossip Girl, like over the top. I don't know. Just watch it. It's really good. I'm in like season 1. I just started it. I'm about to hit season 2. Speaking of, I'm going to download some more episodes on my phone so I can watch that. But I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm up to right now and what ended up happening during the weekend yesterday and what we're going to do today. So I'm going to wait for him to call me so I can go downstairs with all of my suitcases. But I'm starving, so let's go get some bagels. Fix
Entrevista, o sea, eso todavía es la primera entrevista. Pero es lo mismo, o sea, sí, pero es lo mismo, o sea,
I don't know what to do. I think he's just. I had an exam tomorrow, just and like anxiety. We broke up. I'm pretty sure she was talking shit about me. I ought to get a don't want to do for my bed today. But they make fun of me. I wish I could go back in time and change things. And yeah, that's what I would do. Just don't quote me on that.
All right, you guys, welcome to this week's advice segment. Today we're talking Coaches Don't Play, which is the category where we talk about relationships, whether that be romantic or friendships. I'm actually filming this the night before heading over to Boston. It's like 11 p.m. right now, and I need to be up at 3. My flight is at 6 a.m., as you guys saw at the beginning of the vlog. But anyways, I'm really excited for the trip and everything that's to come, but I hope you guys enjoyed my weekend in Boston, the vlog, everything that we were up to and everything that we're going to do. So today we're actually going to talk about that, doing long distance. You guys saw that Roberto's finishing his master's up in Boston, and I'm obviously living and working in Miami. So we have been doing long distance for our entire relationship. We've been together for 9 months. So it's been 9 months of long distance. And ever since I shared on the internet that I was doing long distance, I often get comments asking about long distance advice. I often get messages from girls saying hey, I'm about to start a long distance relationship, or me and my boyfriend are about to go on to long distance. What are your best tips? What is your advice? And I was there, when I was first starting long distance. This is my first long distance relationship. So I was there also asking for long distance advice, also going on TikTok and YouTube and searching long distance advice videos. So this is why I wanted to do this episode now that I've been 9 months into it and have learned a lot about it. But most of you guys know this, that me and my boyfriend have a very private relationship. We try to keep our relationship offline as much as possible, not in the sense that we don't post each other or I don't talk about our relationship. It's not a secret that we're together. It's not a secret who I'm with. And you guys see him on my Instagram on certain clips during vlogs and things like that. But our relationship dynamic and talking about our relationship is something that we don't want to do. It's something that we keep very much private. But long distance advice as a whole is something that I did want to share, like I said, because I've been there and because you guys are asking about it. But it's not just things that I do in my relationship. It's things that I've learned and things that family members and friends do and they've shared with me. It's things that I've also seen online from people sharing that what they do in long distance relationships. So everything that I'm going to say is not necessarily something that I do. Some of the things that I'm going to talk about, I do them. Some things that I'm going to talk about, I don't do them. But it's giving you the option because every relationship is different. Every person is different. All of the lifestyles that we live, our routines, our dynamics are completely different. So the first thing that I'm going to say is try it out. And that's why I'm going to share things and give you guys alternatives. You can do this or you can do this. And I think you should try it out. Some of the things that I looked up online and that videos online told me about long distance relationships do apply to my relationship with Roberto, and some of them don't apply to my relationship with Roberto. So everything that I'm going to share is in more of a generic way because like I said, it's really specific and catered to your relationship. So try it out. I'm going to give you guys options. I'm going to give you guys the whole shebang. And I wrote everything down. I really wanted to just like break it down and organize it. So the first thing that I'm going to say about long distance is that you both have to be so convinced that this is something that you want to do. Okay? Like long distance is not for the weak. Long distance is not for the faint of heart. You have to put in so much effort, so much time, and it's hard. Like it's not easy. It's very manageable and you can definitely survive it. You can definitely do it, but it's tough, you know? So both of you have to be 100% willing to make it work, to give it your all and be all in for it, because the time that you guys are doing long distance, that sacrifice, that time that you guys are apart is worth a lifetime with that person. So if you're not 100% convinced that this is something that you want to do, or if they are not 100% convinced that this is something that you want to do, it's probably not going to work out. Like you guys both need to know what you're in for and know that, okay, I'm so in love with you and I'd be willing to live this time apart and put in all of that time and put in all of that effort for a lifetime with you. You have to really see that long distance is something that's worth doing. So that's the first thing that you need to clear out, that you need to be honest with yourself and that your partner needs to be honest with you. If you're 100% convinced, great. If you're not, the chances of it working are not that high. It's not easy, but it's manageable. So the first thing aside from that is that you should have an idea of when you're going to see that person next and have an idea of when long distance is going to end. Obviously, life happens. Life gets in the way, you know, it's impossible to set like an exact date, but it is good to have an idea of when you're going to see that person next. You don't have to have your tickets booked, but knowing when you're going to see them next gives you something to look forward to. It's exciting because you're like, I have something to look forward to. I know when I'm going to see you again, but it also makes the waiting way less tedious, way more manageable. So have sort of a sense of when you're going to see that person next after you guys see each other. Have like a time frame, you know, like an idea of when you're going to see them next. And then same thing for when is long distance going to end. That might be in a few months, that might be in a few years. And like I said, things happen. That date that you thought might get postponed, but having an idea makes the whole waiting period, the whole time that you guys apart, a lot easier. Like I said, also something that you're looking forward to and talk about like why that's going to happen. Like, are you moving? Are they moving? Are they finishing school? Are you finishing school? And what is that thing? And around what time frame is that going to happen of when you guys are finally together? So having an idea of both those things gives you something to look forward to, but makes the waiting a little bit easier. The third thing is talk about your needs. Every person is different. Every person has different needs. Every person expects different things from their partner. So this is something that I would lay out flat at the beginning of your relationship. I wrote some examples just to give you an idea of what I mean. Something that you could need or something that your partner could need is, for example, text me when you get home. No matter the time, text me when you get home. Let me know where you're going. I want to know where you are at all times. If you're going out at night, keep me updated. If you're going to a club, if you're going out with friends, keep me updated, keep me posted through the night. If you're going to get busy for a few hours, let me know beforehand. So I don't know like why you've gone MIA. Let me know that you're going to be busy. If someone's flirting with you, I don't really want to know about it. So there's just some examples. Like I said, some of these I do, some of these I don't do. These are just examples of things that you may need in your relationship, some things that you may expect out of your partner. So have this conversation before long distance starts, being like, hey, these are the things that I want from you, and ask them to let you know what are the things that they need, what are the things that they want from you, and sort of like lay them out flat. So there's this like understanding of, okay, these are the things that I kind of want you and like need you to do because of long distance to make it easier, to make it work, to make me feel more comfortable, whatever the case may be. Talk about what you need. Have them tell you what they need. I think this is something that's important. Those are a few examples, but overall, whatever it is that you need, let them know. This one, I feel like it's kind of obvious, but trust.
If you do not trust this person with your eyes closed, if you do not trust this person to the point where you would hand them over your heart in a silver platter, long distance is not going to work out. You're going to start overthinking and you're going to be like controlling and obsessive. And you're going to get to the point where you're like, send me pictures. I want to know what you're doing, who you're with, what you're up to. Like, you need to trust that this person is telling you the truth. If they say they're going to do something, that they're actually doing that thing, that they're doing right by you, that they're not going to cheat, that they're not lying. You know, like, you need to trust this person so freaking much. I feel like that's an obvious one, but it's also really, really important. If from the jump you're like, I don't know, like, I don't know how comfortable I feel with them, you don't really trust them. And you need to have that trust, especially in long distance. Communication. It seems kind of obvious, but there's a couple of things that I want to say about communication. Figure out what your best method of communication is. There are some couples, it might be easier for you to just text throughout the day, be constantly texting, update each other, text on a regular basis. Or for you and your partner, it might be better if you guys get on calls. If you guys hop on a quick call, or if you guys are FaceTiming all day long, figure out what the best method of communication is for you guys based on your personality type, based on your lifestyle, based on your schedules. If you guys are in high school or in college, well, you have class. If you're working, well, you have work. So figure out a sort of like routine of when you guys are going to talk and what the best method of communication is. And this is something that you're going to figure out through time. And this is something that you're going to figure out through also trying it out. Try out texting that person, and you might realize, actually, no, I prefer to FaceTime that person all day long, even if it's for 5 seconds. Or you might start FaceTiming that person and realize, you know what? I'm good with just like texting all the time. So figure out what works best for you, what method of communication is the best. Also, when it comes to communication, something that's really important is if an issue comes up, resolve it right away. Long distance gives you the chance to ignore someone. Like, it gives you the chance to ignore your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Like, if you're pissed at them and something happens, it's very easy to just be like, I'm not going to answer, you know, but that's not healthy. So resolve it. As soon as something happens, talk it out until you resolve it, until you figure it out. Of course, you can stay pissed for longer, but talk. Don't like ignore that person, because long distance gives you the ability to kind of do that and just like shut out. Something that also comes with long distance is that it's harder to pick up on that person's mood. It's harder for you or for them to figure out if there's something wrong. When you're in person, it's very easy to tell, like, I think they're upset at me. You know, like, I think they are pissed or annoyed at something that I did or say. But if you're texting, it's kind of hard to show like, oh, I'm pissed at you. Or if you're in a bad mood, it's kind of hard for them to figure it out. They might think that it's just because you're tired. They might think that it's just because you've had a long and rough day. They might, or you might not pick up on the fact that it's something that happened that's pissing you off. So if something did piss you off, tell them. Don't like wait for them to figure it out. Especially as girls, we do this a lot. We like don't say anything, and we're like, we expect them to like know that we're pissed. You cannot do that in long distance relationships. You have to let them know, because they're not going to pick up on it. Or them. These are also things you can tell them, to be like, if something happened and you're upset at me, please tell me, because I might not pick up on it. And that's just going to create emotional distance, which we don't want. So communication. Talk about the issues, talk about your day, talk about everything. Figure out what method of communication you guys are going to use, what works best for you, when you guys are going to talk. Something else that I wrote is, sometimes this is true, and I saw this in a lot of TikToks that I looked up when I was looking for long distance advice. This was in so many TikToks. It said sometimes you find that person annoying, or sometimes you're like pissed at that person for no reason, and it's because you miss them. Like I said, I feel like 90% of the long distance advice videos that I saw mentioned this. Sometimes missing a person will make you get irritated at them easily. And that's something that also like is linked to communication, because if you are annoyed at them, or like you are irritated because you miss them, communicate that. Communicate like, hey, I think that I'm like kind of being like bitchy today just because I miss you. If you're having a hard time with long distance, communicate that to them. Tell them, like, I'm having a rough day today. Like, I miss you a lot and today's been really hard. Like, I'm not loving long distance. I'm having a hard time with it. I miss you. It sucks. Communicate your struggles with long distance, communicate your struggles with missing them. The next thing that I wrote is make sure the other person feels loved, going the extra mile with love languages. And this is very important because long distance, it's way harder, obviously, to show that person that you love them. You can't hug that person or give them a kiss. You can't plan a cute date. You can't cook breakfast for them or close the door for them. Like you can't do a lot of physical things. So you have to figure out ways to go the extra mile to satisfy that person's love language. If that person's love language is like gift giving, for example, there are so many online companies nowadays that will deliver flowers, that will deliver baskets of candy, that will deliver breakfasts. Like, figure out a way to make that person feel so loved, so special every single day. If that person's love language is word of reassurance, you need to be texting them so much how much you love them, that they look beautiful that day, that you love them, that they're awesome, that you're so lucky to be with them. You need to put in a little bit more effort to show them how much you love them and make them feel really loved and appreciated. The next thing that I wrote is something for when you guys are visiting each other is doing normal things. So a lot of the times when you visit that person, it kind of turns into like a mini vacation, like let's go to the movies, let's go on a date. Like you're seeing each other, you're visiting each other for a few days or for a few weeks. So you make all these plans, but it's also important to do normal things like doing laundry together or washing dishes together, cooking together, going to the grocery store together, going to the gym together. Because when long distance ends, you guys are not going to be on an internal vacation. You guys are going to do all these normal things. So whenever you guys are visiting each other, try to incorporate some like normal like things into all of the plans that you guys are doing. Kind of like linked to communication, be curious about that person. Sometimes long distance can get into like, how was your day? Good. How was your day? Good. What did you do? This and this and this. And what did you do? This and this and this. Great. No. Mistake. Ask questions. Be curious. Like, pull questions out of your ass. Literally ask them what was their biggest fear when they were a kid, or when they were a kid, what did they want to be when they grew up? Like, be curious. Ask questions that you wouldn't ask normally, just to keep the conversation interesting and to keep the conversation going more than just like what happened with your day. You can also try doing virtual dates. You can order food together and have dinner together. You guys can watch TV shows on FaceTime with one another. You guys can do face masks over FaceTime. You guys can find ways of doing like activities together over FaceTime. Okay, the next thing I said was when you're having a hard time with long distance, realize that there are plus sides to long distance. You guys are each living your own lives and focused on things that you're doing. If that's high school and getting good grades and applying to college, if you're in college or you're doing sports and you're applying for jobs, or if you were an adult and you're working, you have your career, your promotion that you're working towards. And long distance lets you focus on those things, prioritize those things while still having your partner, and you talk to them for a few hours or minutes a day. It also lets you prioritize your friendships. Maybe you can find new hobbies, prioritize spending time with your family. So long distance does have its plus sides to it. It does have its benefits. I also like to think that long distance connects you with your boyfriend or girlfriend at a much like deeper and emotional level. We're taking away the physical aspect of it. So you're really with that person for who they are on the inside. And you can connect better that way. So it does really bring you closer on an emotional level more than just like I'm physically obsessed with that person. So when you're having a hard time with long distance, remind yourself that it does have its benefits, it does have its plus sides, And it ultimately is a big test of your love and how much effort and time you're willing to put in for that person. So realize that it is a good thing for your relationship. A lot of relationships that I've seen in my life that have endured long distance and survived long distance come out on the other side way stronger. Like I said, not only because you can focus on your things and prioritize other things in your life, but also because you're connecting at that emotional level, and it's really a test of how much you love that person. So remind yourself that it's not all bad, it's not all shitty. It does have its plus sides. And I've seen it. I've seen it with many couples around me that they've grown stronger because of it. Also, something that's important when it comes to long distance is that it does take a lot of maturity. I wrote this one thinking more about 15-year-old me. 15-year-old me never did long distance when I was in high school and when I was a very early aged teenager. I never went through a long distance relationship, but now as an adult, like if Roberto doesn't text me for a few hours, I'm not freaking out, like I know that it's because he's busy, and it doesn't cross my mind to like overthink or be like, he doesn't love me anymore, he's not putting in the effort. No, like I know that he's just busy, so it doesn't like freak me out if we don't talk for a few hours. But I wrote that one thinking of like 15-year-old me. 15-year-old me would have probably freaked out and would have probably been like, what's going on? Why are they not texting me? So it does take a lot of maturity to be in a long distance relationship to understand things like that like silence for a couple of hours is not a negative thing. There's not much to it, and you're not constantly overthinking and are constantly anxious about it. You should never feel that way. So that's also something to keep in mind when it comes to like maturity and lack of communication or other things of just like understanding like they might be busy, they might be doing their thing. Maybe if they're moody, I think I wrote something like that. Oh yeah, like if they're tired and they don't want to FaceTime you for an hour, they're just tired. Like don't overthink it, They're just tired. It's okay. Or you could be tired and be like, you know what? I'm exhausted. I don't want to talk to you right now. Like, I'm tired. That's fine. And then the last thing I'm going to say overall is long distance shouldn't make you feel awful. If you're constantly anxious about long distance, if you're constantly overthinking, if you're constantly worried, if you find yourself being more controlling and more like on top of them, if all of these negative things are coming out of long distance, you should really rethink it and really think about like why. It's tough. It sucks. I've definitely had my fair share of moments of weakness where I call him and I'm like, this absolutely sucks and I really miss you and I hate doing long distance. I will openly say it. I hate doing long distance. Who doesn't hate doing long distance? Like you want to be with your person. So yeah, it sucks and I hate it. I also see the plus sides to it, and I also think we've found really good ways of managing it. I think our relationship is so good. And these past 9 months have been absolutely amazing because of sort of like how we've handled it. But it's never made me feel, like I said, anxious or overthinking, because that goes back to everything that I said of just like trusting that person, having open communication with that person. It should suck in a way, but it shouldn't make you feel awful and sort of like deteriorate your mental health and be like this nightmare of a thing. You should be able to survive it and manage it and handle it and find ways to deal with it. But yeah, like I hope that made sense. That if you see yourself doing all these things and feeling that way, really rethink it, really rethink why, really rethink if that's the person that you should be doing long distance with. Long distance is probably not meant for like every person that you meet in your life. Like there's some people that it's worth doing long distance for and that long distance will work with. And then there's some people that long distance is maybe not worth doing it with, and it doesn't make you feel good because of who they are. If you have a toxic boyfriend, doing long distance with them is just going to make you feel awful all the time, and you're going to be this mess of anxiety and overthinking and controlling and asking them, send me videos, send me pictures, and you're going to be stressed that they're going out. If you have a toxic boyfriend, that's an example. But if you have somebody who you think it's worth doing long distance for and who you trust 100% and who's like this amazing guy and you guys have a really healthy and good relationship, aside from the fact that you're not with them, it shouldn't suck that much. So those are all of the things that I wrote down. I'm sure that there's more pieces of advice that you can find out there that I didn't mention. I thought these were some of the most important just based on experience, based on things that I've learned from other people, based on advice that I've gotten from other people. And like I said, a lot of those things I don't do in my relationship. A lot of those things I do in my relationship. I try to keep everything that I said very generic and open-minded so that it can apply to you. Because like I said at the beginning, every relationship is so different. You need to try it out. You need to see what works best. That's why I didn't want to give really like specific advice and really tell you guys like, well, we do this and we do this and this is how we talk and these are the things that we do, because then you might try to do those, but just because they work for us doesn't mean that they're gonna work for you. So that's why I tried to keep it very like overall as a whole big picture of my best pieces of advice for long distance. And now it's up to you to take everything that I said, apply it in the ways that fit best to you and to your partner and to your situation, your lifestyle, your routines, your schedule, everything. You're supposed to, and what I hope that you guys do is grab this as like a big picture map and then really cater it and filter it down to you guys. So I hope that this helped. I hope that if you're going into a long distance relationship, if you are in a long distance relationship, if you're struggling with a long distance relationship, if you don't know if you should do long distance or not, whatever the case may be, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you can take it and apply it to you and it really helps you out. Like I said, I thought this was important to do just because I was there. And overall, I think I've had a great long distance relationship so far. So if I can help you with your long distance relationship and I could share some of my best pieces of advice for it, then I'm happy to do so. And obviously, good luck with your relationship. I am rooting for you. It's very possible, very manageable. I'm excited for your love story. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and I will see you guys next week. It's 11:30. I'm going to go to bed. I need to wake up at 3 a.m. Okay? So I'm going to say bye, but I'm going to go to Boston now, basically. It's upside down today. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week.